consequences are harder to see or they're more removed from the actions that people are taking, it seems easier and easier for people to be kind of like misled into like another world where I don't even know if there's any kind of natural corrective mechanism for the things that'll happen. So to ground this out in an example, I don't know where you stand on this, so sorry if this is going to be a super politically divisive one between the two of us, but there was a huge push for ivermectin as being like a cure-all now for everything, but especially back in the days for COVID. It never was. This never panned out. No research, nothing. That was absolutely not true. But there are people that would specifically request doctors that would prescribe them ivermectin. And the vast majority of these people that were prescribed ivermectin got better because most people that get sick get better. And now you've got a lot of people who are like, well, I was sick, I got ivermectin, and I got better. And I think this was actually a good idea. How do you, like, where there's not like that mechanism of like, you made a bad decision and then here's like the results and now you correct, like how do we get people back into the world of like making good decisions and being able to choose good people to get information from? Because right now I only see us trending in the total wrong direction is how I feel we've gone for like the past decade.
Yeah, so a couple thoughts there. The first is that, yeah, I do think there is definitely a certain degree of ease now with, choose your own adventure when it comes to truth. It's very easy to specifically, fill your inbox and your social media feeds with people who are going to tell you exactly what you want to hear and tell you, whatever theories that may be completely false that you believe are the truth, and you are so smart for knowing better than everyone else.
Forbidden knowledge.
That is a reality. But the second part of that is that I don't think that we will get very far with people by suggesting to them. I think they're going to feel condescended to if we, if we need to find a way to engage with people that isn't, you're too stupid to know the truth when you see it, right? So I think we need to find ways to engage with people where they don't feel like they're being condescended to. And, I think there's also the second step there of humility, where we need to all understand I've been wrong about things and it's very painful because I love being right. But we also need to realize that we're going to be wrong about things too. And we might have the absolute certainty that the people we're speaking to are wrong and they look like total fools on the internet. And it turns out we were wrong. I mean, early stages of COVID, there was a lot of information that absolutely seemed to be true. Like, this isn't airborne, you don't need masks. And it turned out probably should be wearing a mask. Sometimes we're wrong. And I do think it's good if we approach this, discussion about gatekeeping, about truth with just a certain amount of humility too, because I don't think we'll do a good job of convincing people, to look at what we believe or know to be the truth if we think, if they think that we don't have any degree of humility about it, and that we're too certain, if that makes sense.
Okay, so here's a problem that I have related to this. What you're saying here is the selective skepticism or the selective, I guess, humility. So I would agree that science gets stuff wrong sometimes. I mean, I think it was the Lancet or the New England Journal of Medicine that published the huge, vaccines causes autism study. I say huge, it was like 20 people or whatever, so long ago. So, I mean, like, obviously scientific journals can get things wrong, institutions can get things wrong, but like, generally speaking, I would say they move in the right direction and then they acknowledge errors or they'll, do retractions or they'll say, hey, we were wrong on this. And people will say things like, well, they've lost our trust now because they were wrong on this thing and they've lost our trust. But then when I look at the other side and now I look at the people they are trusting, those people are wrong like 95% of the time. Why don't they ever lose the trust of the people? Like, what? How is it that Alex Jones can get up and say, most of the conspiracies were correct? I was like, no, almost all of them were wrong. But then for some reason they still trust him. Like I got my series of shots and I got I think 2 different COVID boosters and I'm still waiting to drop dead or my heart to explode. It hasn't happened yet. Supposedly there was going to be like a mass death event, mass casualty event in the United States from all the COVID shots.
It hasn't hit me yet either.
Yeah,
so.
But how is it that like it seems like the loss of credibility only hits one side? People are looking at Fauci like, well, he was wrong about masks this one time, and so now we can't trust the NIH anymore. Meanwhile, these other guys are wrong about almost everything, and people are like, well, he told me this, so I'm going to do this now. And it's like, why? There seems to be a dramatic imbalance there, and I don't know how to address that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a perfect answer for that either. I think it's possible, and this is just a little bit of guesswork here. It's possible that people look to figures that they perceive to be authority with certain expectations, and then they have different expectations for people they don't perceive as figures of authority or institutions. Maybe that's not true, maybe it is, but